I'm trying to look very serious, but I can't. I start laughing right away. I'm like, let me scare them a little bit and be all serious at the beginning of the transmission because I posted on Instagram. I'm going live in 5 minutes. I need to tell you something. And hi, Richard. And so when the image came through, I'm like, like super serious, but I can't fool you because I start laughing right away. How's everybody doing? Hi, Margarita. Hi, Richard. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, this is not a coffee break per se. I just wanted to come and make a little announcement because, hi, Kim. Um, because the early bird of the Olympia's workshop is gonna come to an end soon. It's gonna come to an end next week, but you know, I wanted to like remind people, and I also wanted to tell people like what is it all about, and then I also have some other news that are really really interesting. So I wanted to tell you all that. So first and foremost, hi, welcome. My name is Laura Gonzalez. For those who don't know me, Blue Witch, Laura Gonzalez here in Chicago, priestess, witch, tarot reader, lecturer, multilingual presenter. I have been doing this thing for a long, long time. And it's so funny because with social media, you never know. Really, you never know. Um, I have people that know me for the tarot, and they know me because I've been doing tarot for forever. And then suddenly they're like, "You teach classes?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I teach a lot. A lot, a lot. Like most of my job, I will say 75% of my job is teaching, whether it's workshops, lecturing, um, little online classes, private tutoring, etc. Most of my income comes from teaching, and then it supplements with the tarot readings and all the other magic work that I do. What other magic work? I do cleansings, I do blessings, I do indigenous cleansings, Olympias. I do energy work, I do dream interpretation, pendulum interpretation, divination, consultation, just like a psychic spiritual consultation. So I do Reiki. I'm a Reiki master teacher, and a lot of people don't know that. So then I have somebody that, has been my student for a long time, and then they're like, "You do tarot?" Yes, I do tarot as well. So I do tarot. I'm a Reiki master teacher, and I teach theory and practice on various topics. I also do podcasts, and I have been podcasting for 12 years since 2011, and I have had my podcasts because the first podcast interaction that I did was with a group of people. It was Paganos del Mundo. It was three people from Argentina, Chile, and Mexico. Me, Mexico, here in the United States. And then in 2015, I started my very own Lunatic Mondays. That Lunatic Mondays has existed on two different podcast platforms, and it's been on for 8 years now. And I get a bunch of books that I get sent from the publishing houses, and then I review the books, and then I invite the authors sometimes, not all the times. And I've been doing that podcasting for a whole 12 years now. Hi, Cindy. Welcome, 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 welcome. I want to say welcome to Coffee Break, but this is not a coffee break. It's just me kind of like sharing with you. Anyway, the most important thing that I wanted to share. about the Limpias Mexican Energy Cleansing Workshop. Thank you, Richard. Richard says that he's going through all the Lunatic Mondays, catching up. Limpias, a Mexican Energy Cleansing Workshop. We are going to be learning about. Janet says, "Why are you doing here on a Thursday? I'm a bit confused." I know, I'm just talking about the workshop that we're doing. So the workshop is going to be on March 10. March 10 from noon to 3 at 3759 North Ravenswood here in Chicago, the home of Heal and Flow. And I'm going to be teaching y'all about precisely the limpias, the energy cleansing. So we're going to learn what is energy and how we maintain it, why do we need to maintain it, when. We're going to learn some techniques with various methods of cleansing, with herbs, with crystals, with smoke, with flowers, with chants, with laughter, with movement, and we're going to create a do-it-yourself cleansing spray. And you're going to learn all of that on this 3-hour workshop. It's a very involved, intimate, very hands-on workshop. I haven't done one of these since 2019 for obvious reasons that we don't need to tell people anymore. Um, but yeah, we're gonna. I have a notice here from my firewall. Firewall attack. Uh, yeah, I haven't done a workshop like this since 2019, so it's been a minute, and I'm very happy to start again. Hi, Erica. I'm very happy to start again with this workshop right on time for spring cleaning. Because you know, spring cleaning, spring cleansing. But the energy doesn't have to be cleansed only on spring. The energy can be cleansed at any time. I mean, you can burn incense every day, and that is okay. You know, you can burn copal every day, and that is okay if that's your thing. But so, this workshop, we're going to learn how to cleanse energy, when to cleanse the energy, why energy needs to be cleansed, what is the technology behind it, why do we need to do it, how we do it, etc. And then we're gonna learn how to scan people and places to see where more care, where more TLC is needed, right? If it is a space, where does the space need more work? If it is a person and that person might be dealing with something in particular, and how to cleanse the energy for that person. Sometimes it's on one of the energy points, sometimes it's on a particular part of the body, sometimes it's because some harm or some bad energy or harmful energy was sent to the person. But the majority of times it is because it just hasn't been maintained. You know, I don't work based on fear. That's not my job. That's not how I do my work. And I don't work based on um, projecting the responsibility on other people. All of my work, and for people who have been my apprentices for a while, I have some apprentices now that have been with me for a couple of years. I wish they were here so they could tell you. Um, like Rosa and Guillermo and Zelma and some other people that have been working with me for at least a year, if not more. We don't work based on fear. And hi, Marissa. We don't work based on fear. We don't work based on powerlessness or being disempowered. All my job, all the services that I provide, my job is to teach people to find their own power. People like me, people like some other witches that are around the world working in this way. Uh, yeah, we benefit from when you come and work with us and we do the energy work with you, right? Whether it is cleansing, a blessing, spell work, etc. It's good, because like of course we keep busy and that brings money because that is our job. But my job in teaching people, my goal in teaching people is that you learn how to do it yourself. So I don't work based on fear. Like, oh yeah, somebody put a curse on you, and if you pay me $3,000, I lift the curse from you and your family. I believe that to be a very bad marketing technique. Um, I don't believe on, oh yeah, uh, you've been cheating on, and the girl that your husband is cheating on with put a curse on you. I like again, I don't work based on fear. Could that happen? Yes. Is that likely? Very, very unlikely. Hi, AJ. Hi, Ziri. So I do not work based on fear, and I do not work based on the responsibility belong to other person. Do I believe that there could be generational curses or things like that, generational trauma, stuff that has been pulled from our parents' behavior, lives, experiences? Yes, sometimes that happens. I particularly know somebody that I met recently, and they are dealing with some heavy family stuff. But that is not always the case. That is not always the case. The majority of the time, we live in a society that is predominantly Abrahamic religion based, so it's very misogynistic and is very patriarchal. And those two combined work a lot based on fear and guilt. So the guilt makes you project your power on others, and so does the fear. So a lot of people who also work on the magical realm, teaching things or helping people or working with people, they often go to that kind of base of work, like somebody did something to you, somebody put a curse on you, somebody is working towards you, so you have this and that and the other bad situation happened. And if you pay me $3,000 and come to 5 sessions, you'll be cleared. And that's not how I work. Um, I want to teach people how to do your own cleansing, how to do your own limpias, so you learn that the power is within you and that it becomes, we don't have a devil to blame. We have accountability. And a lot of times it's our decisions, it's our decision making process that brings about good energies, good results, beneficial results. And sometimes I was just told yesterday that I need a limpia in my love life. You need a limpia if you never had one, because limpias need to be done periodically. So, and I don't know who told you that, and I cannot, like I cannot diagnose without seeing the person. So I don't know, Siri, what's going on with you until I see you and I work on you, then I'll know. But what I'm talking about is this type of people that um, just right off the bat, they just look at you and they tell you, oh yeah, you have a generational curse, and for $3,000 I cleanse it or I lift it. In my opinion, that is not how I work. I'm not even gonna give my opinion. That is not how I work. How I work is uh, energy needs maintenance, and the maintenance can be done with people who know how to do it, right? Who have indigenous wisdom, ancestral wisdom, family traditions that have been doing it since forever, right? And if you can learn how to do it yourself, it's even better, because an energy cleansing is really, really as necessary as the spring cleaning that we do at home. And we're so used to, oh, here comes spring, we gotta do spring cleaning, we gotta open the windows, we gotta dust all the furniture, we gotta vacuum behind the picture frames, and we have to wash the curtains and clean the windows. And well, the same happens with the energy. The energy also has to be clean so it can flow right on homes and with people. So that's what I'm teaching on this workshop. So the workshop is called Limpias, a Mexican energy cleansing workshop. Like I was saying, we're going to learn how, when, and why energy needs to be cleansed. We're going to learn how to scan and recognize unwanted energy. We're going to learn a number of techniques. Some of them are exploring various methods, including elements, herbs, crystals, smoke, flowers, chants, laughter, intentional movement, and we're going to create our very own spray to cleanse ourselves and to cleanse the space. And all of that is included on the one ticket on the entry. So you're going to get your materials to create your spray. All the materials that we need to work on each other is going to be a hands-on thing. We are going to be working on each other. We are going to be working on each other, practicing these techniques. It's not just me lecturing for 3 hours. So this event is going to happen on March 10, and I'm passing because somebody says I need info, so I'm posting the info right now. Let me reply to them. Why is Facebook being so extra? There it is. I just posted, Siri. So the event is going to be March 10th from 12 to 3 on 3759 North Ravenswood. And the ticket price to enter is going to be $80. However, we have an early bird special, and that early bird special ends on February 21st at midnight. So you still have a whole week to get your tickets at $65. And $65 gets you my experience on cleansings. What kind of experience do I have on cleansings, you may ask? Well, let me tell you my experience. I learned how to heal with hands. When I was like 9 or 10 years old, my father will teach us how to heal with hands and how to scan the energy, how to feel the energy, and how to extract that harmful energy and get rid of it. So I learned that when I was 9 years old. And my dad got us doing it. We're a family of 5 siblings, and he had us working on each other when we were kids. Especially if somebody, like twist your ankle, or we're feeling sick, or we're feeling like negative energy was around you. My dad will have us practice those techniques on each other. So I've known how to do that, like scanning and getting rid of bad energy since I was 9 years old. I'm 50, for those who don't know. So that's what, 41 years? And then um, pick up a thing or two on my teenage years, because I will hang out with the witches and crystal people that will sell stuff in the markets, and I will be kind of like an internship type of thing. We didn't call it that, I will hang out with the person who sold the crystals, and that person will teach me how to do this and that and the other. And of course I will help them a little bit on their, but I was not working for them. I would just hang out. The tianguis will come every Monday to my neighborhood, and I will hang out there with the crystal guy for 2 3 hours a week every Monday. So I learned a thing or two. Obviously, I was a very curious teenager. And then when I came to the United States in 1998, let's say 2008, 2009, I started learning from witches here in the United States, pagan witches, Wiccan witches, traditional goddess witches, and I started learning all the techniques that come from Indo-European techniques, because every place in the planet has this energy cleansing um, techniques, you know. But most importantly, obviously, mama, my mommy, my mommy who taught me everything that is indigenous, cleansing with the herbs, cleansing with the smoke, cleansing with the crystals, dancing, laughing, moving, disrupting the stagnant energy. All of that I learned from my mom. And also, since the year 2002, I think, just about 2010, I've been learning, reinforcing, relearning, refreshing all my indigenous knowledge with different kapulis here in Chicago. So I know a thing or two, and I know all the information is there on the Calendly, and yeah, you can see it, and it says, Laura has been doing this and that and the other. But I really wanted to like come and tell you all, like, this is what we're gonna do. This is what this limpia ceremonies is like. This is how I do my work, and this is how I base the work that I do. I don't work with fear. I don't base my teachings on fear. I don't base my teachings on your powers elsewhere. So you need to learn to defend yourself. The way I teach is your power is inside of you. So all you need to do is connect with it. And then there is no need to defend because no attack could come to you once you activate that power. Maybe I got too emotional there. Yes, people might be jealous of you. People might be envious of you. People might even think of you in harmful, evil ways. But that will be like throwing toothpicks to Godzilla. Is that important that you connect with that power within you and you activate it so that you don't work in like high alert all the time or in fear all the time, but in harmony with the universe and knowing that no harm can come to you because you simply will not allow it. There's always going to be jealousy. There's always going to be envy. There's always going to be people coveting your beauty, your talent, your wisdom, etc. There's always going to be people who are going to copy what you do. Believe me, I know. There's always going to be people that um, try to kind of like suck up your energy. But once you know how to activate your own power, believe me when I'm telling you, you don't have to be on high alert. You just have to be on harmony. Hi, Eva. By the way, I didn't say hi when you came in. So, folks, I have more news. I have more news that I want to share with you. But that was the most important one is like about the Limpia's workshop. And to let you know that the early bird special ends within a week. So next Wednesday at midnight, the price goes into full price, which is $80. I want to pull an oracle for y'all since y'all been hanging out with me for so long. And then I'm going to give you more news because they are exciting news. And they are exciting news, some of it about free events. Because I love to serve the community as well. And so we're going to have free events monthly other than the women's circles and all of that. Well, that is coming. Let me just pull an oracle card for us today. We have practice makes the master. I'm not surprised that we got practice makes the master because I'm telling you exactly about mastering your own craft. Hi, Hocho. Hocho Pro Gabo? Hocho Pro is Gabo? I'm sure it has to be you. So always do your best. Practice makes the master. That is the oracle that came out. By doing your best over and over, you can master the art of transformation. By doing your best, the habits of misusing your word, taking things personally, and making assumptions will become weaker and less frequent with time. I mean, I was just telling you, when we practice based in fear, we're going to allow fear to come up to us. When we practice based on insecurity, that's what we're going to receive. when we connect with our own power and just practice on making that power come from within to seal. It's not even to protect, it's just to seal. So it will be literally like, oh yeah, they're throwing envy, energy, bad juju, but it will be like throwing toothpicks at Godzilla. Picture it in your mind. Obviously, you are Godzilla. So, by doing your best over and over, you can master the art of transformation. By doing your best, the habits of misusing your word, taking things personally, and making assumptions will become weaker and less frequent with time. So it's so funny that I was telling you guys about the podcast that I've been podcasting for since 2011. Why did I started doing podcasts? Because when I came to the United States in 1998, a little bit after, like in 2000, I found this podcast called Radio Comanda, and it's in Spanish, obviously. And this Radio Comanda was this guy playing music and talking some kind of nonsense and making us laugh. And he will interact with us. We will be typing in the chat, you know, and he will be interacting with us and talking about what we were typing. And I fell in love with the world of podcasts. And then I started doing my own, right? In 2011, I got involved and I started doing my own. And I've been doing my podcast for a long while. And now I'm doing video blog and all that. Well, this Hocho Pro, this guy right here on Instagram, Hocho Pro, that's him. The historic Kuijibo Kumanda, mi querido Gabo, my inspiration for doing podcasts is this very guy right here, Hocho Pro. We known each other since 2002, and you just celebrated 25 years of Radio Comanda, Gabo. Z Boutique, welcome. So yeah, I've been doing podcasts for a long time. I was your number one fan, yes. And my name on the chat was Roxteca. Roxteca. PM Fueler. Oh, gracias, Gabo. Gracias por inspirar. Thanks for 23 years. 23 years of Radio Comanda. Wow. And I feel that I've been doing it for a long time, Gabo, but you've been doing it for longer than me. So anyway, I was telling you guys about free events and new events. I'm so excited. I'm so excited about this one. Dun, 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 dun. Roll drum. We have acquired a space on 60608. What is that? I think it's Pilsen. I think it's Pilsen. We are going to be doing women's circles in person, and they're going to start on March 4th, 2306 South Levitt, Chicago, Illinois, 60608. I think this is still Pilsen. And we have acquired that space to do women's circles. So they're going to be on the first Sunday of the month. First Sunday of the month, right before dinner, 4 o'clock, 4 to 6. And I'm very excited because we are going to have access to this beautiful house. Right now that it's cold, we're going to be inside the house. That is beautiful. It accommodates very nicely 12 to 15 people. And in the hot summer, spring and summer months in Chicago, we are able to use the backyard, and it has a fire pit, and it's going to be so interesting. And so we're going to have the women's circles in March, starting the first Sunday of March, from 4 to 6. Tickets are still going to be sliding scale. You can pay 13, that's what you pay. You can pay 20, that's what you pay. You can pay 26, so you can sponsor some of the people that are paying 13. That is fantastic. Pay what you can. Come to the women's circles because we need the healing. So those are going to happen every Sunday at 4 o'clock. The information is going to be on my Calendly as always. And for those on Insta that don't know where my Calendly is, well, you just go to the bio, and in the bio, you can see the Calendly and then access to all of the events. And I'm so excited because we are back to doing them in person again. We haven't done them in person since 2019 for obvious reasons. And we are back to doing them in person. And that I'm really excited about that, because that is an event, right, that is for women. We're still going to be doing the online women's circles. So for all of y'all who are away from Chicago, you're still going to have the opportunity to do women's circles online. But for people who have been asking to have the women's circles in person, they're going to be happening on this Levitt here in Pilsen. And the moon ceremonies are back. Our ceremonies for the moon are back. They're going to be on the second Saturday of the month. Because of the scheduling of the space, and because of course it's a shared space, so I cannot use it just whenever I want. Our moon ceremonies are going to be always on the second Saturday of the month. Those are free. Those are free. All you have to do is register, so I know who is coming, right? Because it's not my place, so we need to know who is coming. So you have to register, but um they're donation based. So you can donate $1, you donate $1. You can donate $20, you donate $20. You can donate $10, you donate $10. You can donate a quarter, you donate a quarter. Why I'm taking donation basis for the thank you, Janet. Janet has to go to work. Good day at work, Janet. Why are the moon ceremonies donation based? Because I have to pay for wood, I have to pay for candles, I have to pay for the water, I have to pay, I mean the water that I'm going to share, water, coffee, whatever is going to be shared with the people at the circle. And yeah, that's why we are taking donation. You know, I'm going to try to make these services very secular, not very religious. And the ceremonies are gonna be different every time. Sometimes it might be very indigenous. Sometimes it might be very Celtic European magic. Sometimes it might be very just movement. Sometimes there might be a big altar. Sometimes, you know, I don't know. I don't know, because I am gonna let the divine guide us and move us into doing whatever it is that we want to do to honor the moon. And I'm very, very excited that those are going to be available for everybody starting on March 9th. So these are all the things that I wanted to share with you all. And though I tell you things during the coffee breaks, sometimes I feel like you're here for your reading. You're not here for all this information. So I wanted to take some time in particular to talk about all these events that are coming. And um, the Olympias is my first 3-hour workshop of the year. I'm going to be doing more hands-on workshops. So come to Olympias one, $65 early bird until February 21st. After February 21st, it goes to full price, which is $80. And the event is on March 10 at noon. Let's pull one last oracle card, especially for some of you who stood here throughout the whole blabbity blab session that I have. And we have the orca. We have the orca. I don't know what the orca energy is. Let's see. Song lines. It's about singing the song. You are walking in the bloodlines of your ancestors, but you are an individual who makes your own destiny. Seek better communication with family, nourish yourself, and exercise extreme self-care. Share your skill with others. This card is absolutely 100% fitting into the whole conversation that we have. Uh, is speaking to me as it is speaking to you. And that's why I love what I do. So the Orca songlines, you are walking in the bloodlines of your ancestors, but you are an individual who makes your own destiny. Seek better communication with family, nourish yourself, and exercise extreme self-care. Share your skills with others. We like listening to you, to my beloved. Thank you, Richard. Ah, swim team. Yes. PM Fueler says that was my nickname in high school. Swim team. Yes. That was my nickname too, but because I'm big. And people thought that that was a offensive nickname. And I'm like, you're telling me I'm one of the most powerful animals on the planet? I'll take it. All right. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you, Richard. You feed my heart really. Richard says we like to listen to your blabbly blab. I know I almost give you half the class on Limpias on this little, you know, interaction, but of course, getting your hands wet, getting your hands into feeling the energy and cleansing, like with the herbs, is like so beautiful. So all those things, I'm really, really excited about being teaching that, and I'm also excited that maybe you will sign up. And um, I wanted you to take advantage of the early bird special, so it is still on until February 21st. Sandra say, thank you for the oracle card for today. It's a beautiful message. Yes, 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 it is. And have a lovely afternoon and evening. So great to see you on a Thursday. I know, Kim. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And to everybody, thank you all for all your support. And thank you for the people who send donations. I always forget to say it, but thank you. You know my Venmo, you know my Zelle, you know my Cash App. So thank you all for sending your donations. And until we meet again, you are loved. Bye bye.